Okay, this video tutorial will show you how to open a Google Hangouts from your Gmail account and invite other people so that they can participate in the actual Hangout itself. Not that you broadcast it, but that you have it as a central meeting room where all of you can watch, share your videos, and talk with each other. Okay, so the first step is going to your G Plus account, to your Google Plus, and there are two ways that it first shows on the screen. Here's one of them where it has the black bar here at the top. Here's sort of Federico plus Federico. That's the way you would do it. I'm actually going to log in from my other account, and the other way that Google shows these is through this little box here at the center where you click then plus Federico. It takes you essentially to the same place. So right now I am in my Google Plus page. Here I come over to the left-hand side where I see the home button. I hover over it and I find, look, Hangouts on Air, sort of halfway down the bottom. Then these are the different, Google gives me a sampling of all the different Hangouts that are taking place right now. And then I can click right here where it says Start a Hangout on Air. Okay. And right now it's opening up the page. It's going to ask me to name it in a moment. Okay, name Hangout on Air, and then opening or starting a Hangout on Air tutorial. Okay, and then start a Hangout on Air. So watch, I've come here to the, right now it's opened up the video camera, it's opened up my microphone, etc. The very first thing that you want to make sure is that your settings over here on the right are done correctly. And what happens with that, and I'm doing that while it actually, it's getting prepared to share the broadcast. Here is where I can choose the camera that I want to have. In my case, I have different cameras because I want different angles, etc. So essentially, you choose the camera that you want, then you choose the microphone and the headset, and then how you can listen into it. You choose the different options, and mine has a whole lot of different options on the computer. Yours may not have as many. That will just depend. And actually, when you have a lot of newcomers onto the show, onto your Hangout, you make sure that they know to find these settings, because a lot of them will be sort of working with headsets that they've plugged in, etc. The computer hasn't recognized it, or the computer, either Windows or Apple, they are set to listen through one channel, and Hangout is listening through another channel. End result, they can't hear you, you can't hear them. Tell them to check this. It's very important. Then you click here on Save Settings, and you should be good to go. Now, something else to pay attention to when people start coming onto the broadcast is that their microphone might be muted. You click on this button here, so that you can still hear me because you're getting a recording of my screen actually, but actually the people, if I were participating in a call, they would not be able to listen to me. So that's the microphone mute button. You can turn your camera on and off. If you need to step out for a moment, or need to blow your nose, whatever, you can turn off your camera, okay? Then the next button over this triangle is the settings, the bandwidth settings. And what that does is, if you're not able to hear well, or there are issues with bandwidth, in terms of communication isn't going well, Google does a pretty good job of seeing or gauging your bandwidth, and then feeding video to you at higher resolutions or lower resolutions. Or you can just come here and just take it manually and see how how the video quality changes. You can go all the way down here to 0, where it's just an image of mine showing, and then you can see if that helps with your broadcast settings. Okay. The next button over is the settings that we went over already, and the last one here with the little phone that you hang up is your exit button. This is where you stop the broadcast. This red button here is what would start the broadcast. Now, this is not, this is where you sort of project into the world. And how I like to explain it is the people within the Hangout that you're going to invite. I'm going to show you how to invite them in a second, that are going to be down here in this little strip below. They can participate. However, the broadcast is not being sent to the rest of the world, nor is it being recorded. So you want to make sure that you hit the broadcast button, this red one, for two reasons. One is if you have people outside, you have people outside of your Hangout that are going to be looking at the broadcast, or two, if you want to refer back to what was said in the conversation, in the meeting, etc., and you want to have it recorded, it will go as a recording into your YouTube account. Okay, so the next step I want to show you is actually how to invite people. And what I've just done here, this is the actual address of the Hangout itself. That means the meeting room, the closed meeting room, where you're going to broadcast from. So these are going to be the people that you want to invite, to appear down here. And the way you do this is you press Control C. You copy this address, right? You're going to go into your Gmail account and just compose a regular message. I'm going to send one to myself in another account. Right here, Hangout invite, and then Control V, and then I can just click send. Now here the Google invite just came in. Here we go. So right now I am going to log in as a different user. Somebody else has invited me into a Google Hangout. Okay, so I click on that button. You're about to join a Hangout on air, and it's going to give you all the specifics. Read through it the first time. After you've done it a few times, you just click on this box here just to tell them that you've read and you understand what's happening, and then you click join. And then you're already in another video call. I just noticed that I'm doing there. That it's like, okay, take me there. So it didn't work. However, I did want to show you the way that you can walk people through joining your Hangout. Okay, so this should give you an idea then how to open a Hangout and invite people to be within your Hangout in the office. I call it in the office, in the meeting room. This is sort of the meeting room. And what you'll do is, as they start showing up, they will appear on the screen down here. Okay, so hopefully this has been helpful, and I look forward to helping you out with other tutorials like this. Take good care. If you want to leave me a message, and I'll be happy to respond.